So welcome to the Spoke Lounge. We are back and we're back on schedule, which, oh, maybe not. Well, we were back on schedule. It's fine. It's fine. So we have Black Rose New Bike. Today we are honored with having Tina and Lorna to tell us a little bit about Black Girls on Bike. So we do know that there's a nationwide group of Black Girls on Bike, and there's a San Antonio chapter which you guys are representing. Can you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Hi, my name is Lorna. I'm representing the Black Girls Dubai. We support women of color who share a passion for cycling. We have established a comfortable environment for female cyclists. We support by advocacy, volunteering, education and safety in other communities.
Amazing work.
Thank you.
Alright, so advocacy, and I know y'all are all very active in the community. Can you tell me a little bit more about the types of services and types of things that y'all do in the community?
See, I knew you were going to talk. See, I'm right, got you.
Well, she said advocacy, so.
I see.
Black Rose Dubai, the San Antonio chapter, we do a lot within the community, mainly specifically on the east side, representing the Black community. There's not too many of us Black folks here in San Antonio, so we make sure we try to represent the community there and help out. We just went to Essence Preparatory, which we will be giving bikes to them in December for the kids, and just to get them out on bikes, working on that. Then we do Pepper and Pink, breast cancer awareness ride in October 21st. We'll be looking for that, and we will be benefiting the Drivewell Cancer Foundation, which is an awesome foundation that we just met with yesterday. Had a great meeting with them, and they've been helping the San Antonio community since 2007.
And tell me again their name?
Drivewell Cancer Foundation. So with that, we do a little different charity here, putting stuff together for homeless, for veterans, women. We did the pillow drive for friendship is singing pretty. And so we do a lot of stuff for the community, and do a lot of different drives and different challenges to try to get people to donate and give back to the community.
Got it. Thank you. A lot of great work. So one of the things that we know as an organization that there's always going to be road bikes, and we know that you guys try to demystify the road bike or bikes in general for the community. But are there some roadblocks that you guys have seen in your organization that a lot of maybe new riders come across, and how do you deal with that?
So far as with the new riders, I've always told them it doesn't matter how small, how big your ride is, we're going to celebrate it. And I always make them feel comfortable, feel welcome, and cheer on all the ladies that come within our group. Because too many times we have a lot of different groups in the area, and they sort of not, they're paying attention to their main bread and butter within the group, and not the little people that's just starting, which all of us, we started there, so I don't want to leave them behind, to introduce them to the love of cycling,
Yes. So when I started, I was, I don't even know how old I was, in my 20s, and I bought myself a bike from Academy, and it was like a Huffy, and I remember being on the trails and somebody yelled out, "You're huffing, I'm puffing." I'm like, but it's a Huffy! What am I supposed to do? So I understand that.
Alright, so I heard that you mentioned a little bit that you ride on the east side. Is that specifically only on the east side, or do you all travel around town?
We have different ladies on different areas, so we try to get people from everywhere. So we meet on east side, we meet on the south side. We even tell them to post when they want or where they want to go and ride, and we can meet them. We want everyone to come and join us.
So if I wanted to join Black Girls New Bike, what can I do to get involved as a brand new cyclist? Like, what does a new cyclist have to do to be involved with you guys?
We have the Facebook page for the chapter in San Antonio, and you can join us on the Facebook. We have Twitter. Tina is Twitter there. and Instagram. And even we have the big chapter where you can see all the stuff that the organization is doing, and then you can join everywhere and just follow us.
Amazing, amazing work. Thank you so much. All right, it's time for our fun rapid fire questions. All right, so I don't know if y'all want to try to do them both or if y'all want to alternate. If you're a type of bicycle, what type of bicycle would you be and why?
I prefer a mountain bike.
Oh, mountain bike, okay.
E-bike.
All right, so yeah, exactly. Why not? All right, if you could ride with any cyclist, celebrity, dead or alive, who would that be and why?
I would say Major Taylor.
Yes.
I would say Major Taylor. To be able to win championships way back then, and especially with people breaking your bikes so you wouldn't be able to step up and compete.
Absolutely.
To just get tips, to be able to ride a single gear back then that was like what, steel bikes, heavy
Yes.
bikes, and just was whooping butt. So yeah, that's who I would ride.
I think Tamika said the same thing, and she said, but I don't know if I could compete with them or keep up. And I said, well, maybe it would be a slow ride. Maybe it would be a slow roll or recovery ride.
It would be just for the knowledge and advice and pointers to be during that time and win. So yeah.
All right, so it is Fiesta, Senayosa or Oyster Bay?
I would say Oyster Bay because I love oysters.
What about you, Lorna? Do you know about Oyster Bay and Nayosa? Or I don't know how. All right, so we are in San Antonio, so we need to know corn or flour tortillas.
I don't mean
Flower tortilla.
flour. There you go.
Flour tortillas.
Yes, my type of ladies. All right, Michelle.
One last one, Whataburger or Burger Boy?
I'm going to say Whataburger.
I know you don't eat meat, right?
I do,
Oh, you
but
do,
I
okay.
like both of them. I like Burger Boy and Whataburger.
Well, late
that's
night.
a hard.
Late night, where you gonna go?
I would say Whataburger because
Yeah.
I like the patty melt.
Oh, somebody else said patty melt also.
I love the patty melt.
Yes. All right. So if we wanted to find Black Rose Dubai on your social medias, what are those handles?
Talking about hashtag,
Whatever.
okay,
Website,
yeah.
your pages.
Oh, okay. So Black Rose Dubai on Instagram is BGBSATS. And then for Facebook, you can find us at Black Girls Dubai San Antonio chapter. But the national page is just Black Girls Dubai on Facebook. The national page for Instagram is Black Girls Dubai. And national page for Instagram is Black Girls Dubai.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tina and Lorna. We really appreciate you guys, what you guys do in the community, and we love to see you guys on bikes. Every time I see you guys in the group, it's just amazing to see people of color and not just the North. You know, diversity on bikes. We need it.
Yes. We need a diversity.
Yes, diversity. Diversity. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, it's more fun this way.
All right, welcome back to the Spoke Lounge. We are so honored to have the Believe It Foundation and Erika and Mechella. We learned about your organization not too long ago, and I'm very surprised that we only learned about your organization, like I think maybe last week, and y'all have been around since 2008.
Yes.
Y'all doing amazing work. I know a little bit about it, but can you explain a little bit more for our crowd here at Bike Fiesta?
All right, so our organization is focused on the inclusion of children with disabilities, physical or mental. What we do is we actually provide modified bikes to different school districts so that they can actually be included in like the e-programs, bike rodeos, and then we also have community bikes as well that are used at Roosevelt Park and one at the zoo right now, so families can ride together, and that's been one of the coolest things that we've actually got to see is families going for bike rides with their high school students or even like early college students going for a ride and they haven't ridden since kindergarten because they did not really realize that there's bikes for them.
So I hear you provide adaptive bikes. Can you tell us a little more how you're able to provide those services?
Okay, so all of our bikes come through grants and donations from local people and different companies here in San Antonio and truly all over the country if we can. And then all the money that we raise from those things goes straight to buying the bikes because every modified bike is about $4,000. So we want to make sure that schools can afford things, and so we don't charge the schools a dime to actually have them. And we provide training so all the teachers can actually see different opportunities, not just in PE, but how to use them in the classroom because they actually come in stationary form where a kid can actually ride it, like especially like an autistic kid.
Yes.
They can ride it like a riding desk.
Got it.
And so it provides a sensory input as well. So it's showing that bikes are not just one purpose, but it really shows that bikes are good for many, many purposes.
I didn't realize that was a thing. I used to be a teacher in my former life, but that's amazing. That's wonderful. I'm speechless. All right, so I'm going to pass the mic over to Michelle.
I'm sorry, we're limited on our funds. We're pulling out 2 mics. But I know we've had Pedal and Rebel on here a little bit earlier. They were talking about how their variants are really awareness of letting the community know that there are adaptive types of bikes. Can you tell us a little bit about the roadblocks that you've encountered?
So one of the big roadblocks that we see is really that, like they said, trying to get the word out, trying to get people to realize that they exist, and then letting people know that there isn't an obstacle, there isn't a child who cannot ride. It just means that we need to design a bike that can actually be ridden by them. And once parents figure that out, and once we get the community to realize that biking is a barrier-free sport, it doesn't matter what the disability is, we can really actually get them back. Every kid can ride, no matter how severe a disability is. So.
Yes, I can't even put words together because I did not know that this was a thing. Like Michelle said, we just recently learned about it, and in a meeting for Bike Fiesta, somebody mentioned it, and I think Christina from Salo said, oh yeah, they also can provide back bikes in a truck system if they want to, and that, I didn't know that was a thing either. I was just mind blown every single time. All right, so we do know you guys provide services for the kids that do need adaptive bikes, but is there a specific side of the community that you guys are focused in? Is it mainly in the east side, south side, west side? Where do you guys provide your services?
So right now we have bikes in 15 different school districts. They go as far south as Lytle. Almost every district in San Antonio has them outside of SAIC currently. And so we have them south side, Harlandale, all the way through north side, northeast Judson. And then we go into Schertz and New Braunfels and Seguin and Bernie all the way to Kerrville. So we've really been able to spread the message, and we now have 180 bikes, I believe, in those 15 different school districts, and we'll be adding Somerset probably pretty soon.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, even those far-reach communities, those are so needed.
And I actually taught at Somerset, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we love those. We like the small districts because a lot of times when foundations are around, they don't realize how much the need is really there in the small districts, and they need it just as much as somebody like Northside. So that's why we really make it a mission to really go and see those people and get those bikes, and then bring inclusion days and inclusive materials to them so that those kids have the same experiences as some kids in the bigger city would have. So.
Yes, much needed. So the Believe It Foundation is a nonprofit, and I know y'all have some different types of events all over the city happening all the time. So if I am just a regular citizen and I believe in your Believe It Foundation, can you tell me how can I get involved?
So the easiest way to get involved is going through our website and signing up to volunteer. And then we will be emailing out. An example of this is we have what's called a Get Active Day, which is an inclusive day with a partnership with Connecticut's. And we'll have it in New Braunfels. We did one last week in Seguin. And then coming up in the fall, I know that we'll have one in Bernie that will involve Kerrville and Bernie. And then we'll probably have one in the south side for all the south side schools. So definitely just go to the website and sign up to volunteer, and then look for some other events that are coming up as well.
All right, so now we're at a rapid fire. So these are our fun questions that we have. So just the first thing that comes to mind, if you were a bicycle, I think I know what this answer is, but if you were a bicycle, which bicycle would you be and why?
I would probably be our duet bike that we have, just because it is an electric bike, but it also has a wheelchair in front, so it allows parents to actually ride with their kids, and I think so it's really just like the ultimate barrier breaker of a bike slot. And for what we do, that's kind of like the defining bike for that.
That's awesome. That's so exciting.
All right, so it is Fiesta, Sanayosa, or Oyster Bay?
I have to go with Nayosa only because I've never been to Oyster Bay yet.
That's fair, that's fair. So we are in San Antonio, we love our food, but if you had to pick one, corn or flour tortillas?
Flour.
Flower. Yep.
Everybody, actually no, we had two people I think pick corn. Yep.
All right, and last question, Whataburger or Burger Boy?
Whataburger.
Yes,
Think about that one.
Yep.
I haven't tried Burger Boy yet.
So if we wanted to find more information about your organization, tell us your website and your social media pages.
Okay, so the website is believeitfoundation.com, and then on Facebook and Instagram, it's going to be at Believe It Foundation.
Oh, awesome.
All right, thank you so much, William and the Believe It Foundation, for coming out to Spoke Lounge. We are so excited to share all of this great information with the community, and we hope to see much more people get involved with your organization.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for having us out. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.